Hi, I'm Lydia Cornell, and I'm so excited to be part of the Forbidden Worlds Film Festival in Bristol. I can't wait to come to Bristol one day and be part of this festival. It just looks amazing in that iconic IMAX screen that you have. But I'm excited to introduce you to the film Blood Tide, my first feature film, the first movie I ever did, co-starring three Oscar icons, James Earl Jones, Jose Ferrer, and Lila Kedrova from Zorba the Greek. Jose Ferrer, Cyrano de Bergerac, and James Earl Jones had just come off The Great White Hope on Broadway. He won the Tony Award. But I was brand new in town. I got a TV series immediately, and then 3 weeks later, I was cast in this feature film. And John Schofield was the British producer. Nico Mastarakis was the Greek producer. All the actors were American, and the producers were British and Greek. So no one could speak the same language. When we got there, I got there, oh my God, 9 weeks in Monemvasia, which is a Rock of Gibraltar, it's not an island, it's a Byzantine fortress. And it had been abandoned. It was on the Aegean Sea, and it's where rich Athenians went for their holiday. A lot of beautiful homes. But at the very top was a fortress that had been abandoned years ago, a Byzantine monastery. And they wanted to shoot in that monastery. At the time, I was such a green newcomer to showbiz. And the first movie role to get this movie, go to this great, working with James Earl Jones himself. What a gentleman he was. He brought his wife, who was a school teacher at the time. He was so kind and so generous as an actor. And there were lots of scenes where he got to play Othello. He got to riff on Othello, as you'll see. I don't want to give away too much. Then there is an iconic scene on the beach. And so in those days, producers like not Nico and not the director, Richard Jeffries, who was wonderful, a couple other producers, they were trying to get me to take my top off. And I had a no nudity clause in my contract. I didn't want to do nudity. I was going to play America's Sweetheart on ABC on a network TV series. And I never wanted to do nudity just in case my kids would see it one day. I just had this thing, I didn't want to do it unless it was really required for the role. So there's a scene in this movie, and I'm on the beach exercising in a very skimpy outfit. And at one point, I pull my tank top off, and I have a big white bikini on underneath, is what I wanted to be wearing. One of the producers, whom shall remain nameless, he said, "Why don't you just pull your top off as if you're topless from the back? It looks like you're topless." And that entailed me having to not wear the bikini top. So I was thinking, how do I do this? How do I outwit these people? I don't want to be topless, and I don't want the underwater scuba camera. There was a scuba diver with an underwater camera filming me as I'm swimming. There's a big underwater scene that happens. And I was thinking, how can I outfox these guys? So I went to the wardrobe lady secretly and I said, I don't want to wear no nudity. And we couldn't understand each other, but through lots of hand gesturing, she finally got it. She put bandages all over me with tape, all over the front. The first shot we shoot, the bandages fall off. And I'm thinking, oh no, they got me topless underwater. And this time, I went to her and I said, what are we going to do? They fell off. She had this brainstorm and she said to herself in Greek, zinc oxide, which is white grease paint, which is waterproof. It's that thick white paste that prevents sunburn on babies. It's like diaper ointment, right? So she had this big tube of zinc oxide and she slathers it all over my boobs. And I knew that wouldn't come off in the water. And I did the whole thing. It looked like from the back I was topless. I pull off the top, I run into the ocean. So that night, I got really scared that they got that earlier topless shot with the bandages falling off. Don't ask why I was so paranoid about nudity. In those days, it was a little bit risque to do nudity. It was probably more accepted than today, but I was also playing America's Sweetheart, and my parents would have been furious. And I decided to go steal the tape from the DP cave, director of photography's cave. And the art director, Aurelio Crugnola, famous art director who eventually won an Oscar for The Black Stallion, Francis Ford Coppola's film, The Black Stallion, he said, I know where the director has the tapes. all the film. So we went there and we stole the roll of film. So I did. The earlier film from the shot earlier, it wasn't the same shot we did. The last shot of the day was the one they used. But the one right before that, I don't know how he identified it. He identified it. He got it for me and I hid it in my cave, in my beautiful room. And I can't believe I did this. It was so cloak and dagger. Okay, thank you for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful film festival. Forbidden Worlds. I love the name of that. I love the name of your festival, and I can't wait to come in person. Thank you very much.